Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Thursday, January 25th, 2024. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. There were some juicy comments from the Niners yesterday behind the microphone. We'll get to those in a minute. But first, let's get to the injury report. Guess what? Really short. Deebo Samuel didn't practice. Everybody else did. Apparently, Deebo did some running in front of reporters, and it didn't look like he was in any sort of discomfort. That's obviously a very good sign. Now, let's get to the audio portion of the show. No matter who was at the microphone yesterday, they all seem to realize the importance of this moment and where they are and how hard they work to get there. Just take a listen to Fred Warner.
You know, the time for, hey guys, let's get better. You know, let's get better this week. Let's get better. Like that's kind of over with. Like, you got to perform at your best now. When your best is needed, it's time to really put it out there and lead from the front. Like, if we want to win this game, I'm putting it all in the defense's hands. I'm saying that all we need to do is score 3 on offense, and we're going to win it for us. You know, that's the mindset that we got to go into this week. We got to go into this week with, and you know, the time, like I said, the time for we'll get it right next week. That's over with. You know, we got to make sure we come out guns a-blazing. We got to set the tone right away, and we got to make sure we're coming out playing our best football.
We need the Cowboys version of the 49ers, or the Eagles version. Better yet, give me that version of the 49ers this week. They need to be at their absolute best, and they haven't been for a while. Hopefully, they can recapture that form. And yes, that means you, Brock Purdy, who gave us a heck of a scare last week against the Packers. Now that you've had a chance to watch the film, what happened out there?
You know, early on, there were some decisions that I made that sort of made me feel a little tentative, you know, after. You know, obviously that one, that could have been intercepted. And it's like, you know, go through your reads and take the checkdowns when the defense presents itself the way it does. And, you know, build off that rather than trying to search for the play and look for the big play. And then when it's not there, you know, not having confidence in our checkdowns and stuff. So that's something that, you know, I have to be better at. That's what I needed to do at the end of the game. I feel like we got to that point, and I started doing that better, and we were able to move the ball. So that's something that I learned for sure.
Well, it turns out Brock Purdy's human after all, right? He does have emotions. He does sometimes get a little rattled. He's 24 years old. That's going to happen. But again, it sounds like it's something he's recognized, and hopefully he can correct that if something starts to snowball a little bit this weekend. Finally, one more. Let's get to Nick Bosa, who usually only says like 10 words in his entire media session, but they're always really meaningful. Well, here's Bosa's scouting report on Jared Goff.
Yeah, I think he is the same guy. Not saying he's played great in LA and he's played great with Detroit, but the key is obviously getting pressure on him. He's got a really good O-line, so it makes it tough, but you cover up his first couple reads and you get after him, hit him a few times. It changes things a little bit.
If there was ever a time where the 49ers needed a vintage Nick Bosa performance, this is it. And I get it. I know Detroit has a really good offensive line, and I know Jared Goff can get the ball out quickly. I understand all of that. The great ones make plays against other great ones, and Nick Bosa can be, and we need to see it this weekend. We always give you one thing to watch, one thing. Nope, that is not the order. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday's Nick Wagner of ESPN.com, who has a really cool story about the friendship between Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel. Apparently, they really started to rub off on one another. It's a very, very cool story. If you want to read it, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Remember, he had that feud with Deebo Samuel early in the year. As you might expect, he was approached by reporters to talk about it, and he said, quote, "I ain't saying nothing." And he said he's not going to talk Thursday or Friday. We will see. I have a feeling he may let one or two comments come out. One thing you may have missed, Jim Harbaugh is back in the NFL. The former 49ers coach is actually back in California. He's going to become the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers and coach Nick Bosa's brother, Joey, in LA. Welcome back, Coach. Hope you do good, but not too good. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you click the little bell, you will get notified every single time we go live. We're live every weekday for you. I will be live later today with Levin Black. We call it the Original Gold Standard Podcast. That is at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Plenty of media comments to react to, which we will do during that show. We'll take your questions as well. So please join us for that. That's why you got to click the bell so you know when we're live. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.